Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In today's episode, we'll be providing a brief review of the big double game week 29 and then reveal our plans for game week 30. However, before we do, please remember to hit that like button and smash that subscribe button. We will really appreciate it. Also feel free to follow us on Twitter at FPL_A+. Today's FPL trivia question is as follows. Gabriel and me scored the most goals for defenders from game week 1 until game week 29. Name the third defender to equal this tally. The three options are Saliba from Arsenal, Van Dijk from Liverpool, or Schur from Newcastle. Please stay tuned, the answer will be revealed at the end of this video. We carry on with today's game week 29 team review. Game week 29 was a massive double game week where many FPL managers tried to load up on double game week players. As you can see, most of our teams scored quite well, with the exception of Luke Shaw, Maddison and Saka, who were the only three members to really blank. Luke Shaw unfortunately went off injured in the second match, and he would have scored a clean sheet and get the relevant points from that if he had stayed on. His injury is still being monitored at this stage. So overall, quite happy with how the team has performed. This resulted in the team scoring a massive score of 142 points compared to the average of 80 points. This has resulted in a massive green arrow from 57,000 in the world to 26,000 in the world currently out of more than 11 million FPL managers. We are extremely happy with this, and with the bench contributing 25 of these points, game week 29 we can say was quite a success. All the planning the past few game weeks has been in terms of trying to maximize and optimize the team for this massive game week. Hope you guys did well in the bench boost. There's been lots of high scores. This is currently the FPLA Super League standings. In first place, we've got a new leader, Arnav Garg, with a massive 148 points in game week 29. Very well done, Arnav. That's a massive score and well deserved to be in the top spot. In second place, we've also got a new FPL manager, Q Sarah Subramaniam. Extremely well done also to you. And then in third place we have got Piyush Singla, who's also moved up into third spot. Well done. In joint third place we've got yours truly, and then fifth place, unfortunately moving down from the top spot with a bit of a disappointing score in this round, Dennis Kuswanda. Dennis, we know we've got it in you. Keep on fighting. I'm sure you'll continue to rise up the rankings again. And then sixth place we've got Anderson Moreira dos Santos in sixth place. Seventh place we've got Jamie Duncan. Eighth place goes to Nereyambeurui Manuel. In ninth place we've got Jonathan FPL Jonas, and in 10th place we've got Levi Aronsa. Well done to everybody that's made it into the top 10. Those of you that are not yet there, keep on pushing and your time will come soon. This is just a reminder on the fixture schedule going forward. Currently we are in game week 30 with no double game week or blanks in game week 30. It feels a bit more like a standard game week. Similarly with game week 31, unless there are any late announcements. Game week 32 we've got 4 blanks. Game week 33 is a single game week, and game week 34 is another relatively big double game week, and then similarly with game week 37 as well. So you would probably want to set up your team to make sure that you are setting it up accordingly for the blank game week 32, as well as the doubles in 34 and 37. Those could be season defining game weeks. This is currently a view of some of the top player targets from game week 30 to game week 34. We don't see this necessarily as a single game week transfer, but players that you could target as you're building up your team for the double game week in 34, with many teams that are doubling in game week 34 and game week 37. What you'll note is that we've primarily focused on the two heavy hitters in Man City and Liverpool, as they are teams that have got double game weeks in game week 34 and game week 37, so you might want to maximize on bringing in these players from their teams. So we've got Erling Haaland at 12 million. If he's back from injury, then he'll definitely be a very popular pick. Jack Grealish, he hadn't started his Man City career on the best note, but in the past few weeks he seems to be back to his best from his Aston Villa days. He seems to be given quite a bit of license to attack, and he seems to be thriving. Then we've got Mo Salah, multiple Golden Boot winner. He's also been in relatively good form at 12.8 million, even though he's got a tough fixture against Arsenal next. He has got quite a good record against them, and then he's got some great fixtures against Leeds, Nottingham Forest and West Ham. And then Darwin Núñez, he's one of those players that on his day, you know, he can actually get a hat-trick, but he can miss quite a few sitters as well. So quite a frustrating player, but a very exciting player to own. And if you've got a double game week, you definitely would want to take the chance with him. And then we've got Edison from Manchester City at 5.4 million. The reason why we've got a goalkeeper on this list is that you'd want a goalkeeper soon for game week 34 and game week 37, and he's probably one of the top goalkeepers that has got a double in both. With the situation on Luke Shaw not being totally clear yet, if Luke Shaw is going to be injured for a game week or longer, some possible options that you could consider would be as follows. We've got John Stones from Manchester City, who's got some good fixtures and then also has got some doubles also coming up. And then we've got Tyrone Mings, if you're looking for a single game week player who's been in great form recently, raking up the points and the assist points, and he's also got a great once-off fixture against Nottingham Forest next if you're looking just for a one game week player. And then we've got Trent Alexander-Arnold in the more premium bracket, with Liverpool not necessarily hitting their straps totally this season. He hasn't been in many FPL managers' teams as expected. However, with Liverpool that has got a double, and Liverpool still trying to chase the top four, you would expect them to start knuckling a bit down more, and he could be a great differential with a very high ceiling. And then lastly, we've got Fabian Schär at 5 million. It's kind of a very like-for-like transfer. He's got some reasonable fixtures coming up, and with Newcastle steadying the ship at the back, one of the best defenses in the league, many people have got Kieran Trippier in their team and possibly another defender. It would not be even a bad idea to double or triple up on Newcastle defense. The current Game Week 30 transfer plan is as follows. Two transfer plan options. The one depends whether Erling Haaland starts Game Week 30. If there is any news that indicates that he's likely to start, or if Pep mentions anything in the press conference, then we are likely to move Ivan Toney to Erling Haaland. And the main reason for this is nothing to do with Ivan Toney not being a good player, as he's a tremendous player. But if you're looking at prepping for the fixtures, then he's got a much better fixture schedule. Firstly, starting with Game Week 30, Ivan Toney plays against Newcastle, whereas Erling Haaland plays against Southampton, as well as against Leicester. Ivan Toney's next fixture is Wolves, that can be defensively quite solid. He does blank in Game Week 32 Erling Haaland. However, many managers might likely be playing the free hit chip, so that doesn't really matter. And then we've got a tough fixture Game Week 33 against Arsenal, however followed by a very good double Game Week 34 against Fulham and West Ham. he could absolutely slaughter the teams in that double game week. You definitely want him there. And then there could likely be another double game week in game week 37 that's not yet been announced. So you definitely would want to have the Terminator Erling Haaland for that run of fixtures. And if you look at Ivan Toney, he's got some tough fixtures coming up. He's got Chelsea, Liverpool, and then ending of the season with Tottenham and Manchester City. Doesn't mean that he won't score in those matches. It just feels that if you're looking for a player with a whole potential, then Ivan Toney doesn't look like he's got the fixtures to get 2 to 3 goals, whereas Erling Haaland, we feel that he's actually got a much better potential given the fixtures. The transfer option number 2 for game week 30, if Erling Haaland doesn't start, then it's most likely that Alvarez would be starting. So that would be another player from Manchester City. So we will most likely consider bringing in Julian Alvarez if Erling Haaland does not start. The Game Week 30 team lines up as follows. In goal we've got Kepa Arrizabalaga from Chelsea. In defence we've got Kieran Trippier from Newcastle together with Ben Chilwell from Chelsea and Luke Shaw from Manchester United. We've got an exciting midfield lineup with Bukayo Saka from Arsenal, Marcus Rashford from Manchester United, James Maddison from Leicester City and Kaoru Mitoma from Brighton. The 3 forwards are Erling Haaland from Manchester City, Harry Kane from Tottenham Hotspur and Ollie Watkins from Aston Villa. This team value is currently at 102.6 million with 1.5 million in the bank. On the bench we've got Raya and Solly March together with Sven Botsman and Estupiñán. The one potential option that we could adjust is if Luke Shaw does not play and is injured, then we could move Sven Botman to the starting lineup and Luke Shaw will be moved to the bench. The other alternative option, depending if Erling Haaland does not start, we could potentially bring in Julian Alvarez instead of Erling Haaland. The Game Week 30 captaincy is currently on Erling Haaland. If Erling Haaland does not start, then we could potentially place the armband on Ollie Watkins. Other options for captaincy are Marcus Rashford as well as James Maddison and Kaoru Mitoma. That's it for the Game Week 30 team. I'll move on to the answer for today's FPL trivia question that we asked earlier. The trivia question that we asked was, Gabriel and me scored the most goals for defenders from Game Week 1 until Game Week 29. Name the third defender to equal this tally. The 3 answers were Saliba from Arsenal, Van Dijk from Liverpool, or Schur from Newcastle. Did you get this answer correct? Please comment down below. The answer to this question is Virgil van Dijk with 3 goals is the top scorer together with Gabriel and me for defenders in terms of goals up until Game Week 29, with Saliba scoring 2 goals and Schur scoring 1 goal. That's it for this game week. We hope you found the video quite useful. Remember to follow team news and developments. Also, please like and subscribe. Until next time, all the best and wishing you big green arrows. Cheerio.